What is an unwritten rule of being a man? Story 1. One must never ever roast a friend to try and impress a girl. Story 2. No matter your age, a stick is a cool sword. Story 3. Be a smart arse to your friends to their faces, relentlessly and without pause. If they're not there, have their back, and never smack talk 'em. Story 4. Keep an eye on your male friends, especially ones that may be lonely. It's important to check in with them to make sure they are ok. There's usually a wall to get through, but you need to try. I've learned this over the years. You truly don't know who's suffering until you dig a little. Lots of men don't have support systems or don't seek it out due to a stigma around male mental health. I'm lucky. I haven't lost any close friends, but there were times when someone said something off, and I dug carefully, don't want to patronize, and it turned out they were hurting a lot more than I realized. I also make sure to tell my friends I love them when I leave. I'm not afraid of hugs. I don't give a flying f***. It's feminine to show love to your bros. It feels good. Story 5. If a man encounters another man digging a hole, the first man shall offer either physical labor assistance or engineering support. The number of men working on a single hole shall not be capped. Story 6. After a certain age, you should walk slowly with one hand, grabbing the other behind your back. It is also acceptable to stand in this position while observing something and make general remarks about the situation you're observing. That doesn't look good. You know what they need to do. Story 7. Once you reach retirement age, it's compulsory to walk on the beach prior to 6:30 a.m. each day with both hands crossed behind your lower back and greet every person you pass with a cheery morning. Story 8. If you are strong, don't hold that strength over other people, but rather use it as a tool to help others. Friends, before we continue our video, I want to remind you of the importance of subscribing to our channel. We are also waiting for your comments and likes. Thank you. Let's move on to the video. Story 9. You are expected to at least once be on meat duty. Expect to be given unsolicited advice about how to BBQ or grill the meat. Story 10. Repressing emotions. I've been in recovery for some 15 years. I've heard every tale, but one of the most classic stories is some dude that's been drinking to put up a front to his family, the breadwinner, comes to an AA meeting for the first time and decides to confess he can't handle it. I've had so many men cry on my shoulder. Tough guys and all. To me, it never comes across as a powerlessness, but it's admitting one's place. It's now my position that bundling up fears is just a fear of being exposed. Truly strong men are upfront with vulnerabilities, because in the end they have nothing to lose. Story 11. When you enter a room full of men your own age, your brain automatically makes an assessment on how hard it would be to fight the guys inside the room. Never pee next to another guy. Eyes forward and no small talk. If you show strong emotions, you are labeled as weak. If you find yourself walking behind a woman late at night, you should either walk to the other side of the street or slow down significantly. Story 12. No one care about you unless you're causing trouble. Story 13. Always carry a pocket knife unless you are legally prohibited from doing so. I've carried a knife daily for nearly 30 years. I don't think a day has passed that it wasn't useful. The number of people who ask me to borrow my knife without ever considering getting one of their own simply blows my mind. Story 14. Never pee in the urinal next to someone. When in a fight, no attacks to the groin, and lastly, if your mate buys food to share, he gets the last piece unless he says that you can have it. Story 15. Don't sleep with their crushes. Wives come first. Don't make fun of their workouts. Never touch the music. Have their back in fights. Make noise before approaching. Take the last beer or pizza. The buyer makes the toast. This is a good note to end on. Please rate your stories in the comments. I'll be happy to add them to future videos. Also, you can rate our other videos. We would be very grateful. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.